Hey everybody and welcome back. Let's play Dragon Age 2. I just finished setting up some tactics and stuff for them, so nothing really that's a big deal. Let's go to the chantry, see if we can actually talk to Seb. I think we had to finish this quest before we talk to him. I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready to talk to Lady Harriman.
I'll be ready after I go talk to Fenris. We're gonna do that first. Just get a save going, actually. There we go. Hey, Fenris.
So the Seneschal's tax collector won't be coming around again like you asked. Funny story.
I'll pass, but thank you for the help.
Spoil sport. Why you want to squat up here in Hightown is beyond me.
I like the view.
So do I.
Back off, Isabella. Don't wink at me.
3 years.
Ugh, I hate her.
There's still no sign of Denarius. I'm beginning to wonder if he's finally given up.
This is his mansion, isn't it? He must know you're here.
Would you be surprised to learn that it isn't, in fact, his mansion? It belongs to a Tevinter merchant, one who has evidently given up on the place. Perhaps he is dead. Perhaps Denarius killed him. Either way, if Denarius is aware of my presence, he has done nothing.
Don't tell me you're going to miss all the attention.
Tell me, what do you do when you stop running?
It's a good question.
You start over. Isn't that what you want?
I don't know how. My first memory is receiving these markings. The lyrium being branded into my flesh. The agony wiped away everything. Whatever life I had before I became a slave, it's lost. I shouldn't trouble you with this. My problems are not yours.
You're not bugging me.
I might be able to help with your problems. Or give you a few more.
Only a few.
The good kind.
Tempting. You're a beautiful woman, Hawk. Is there no one else who has your attention?
Do you see anyone else here?
I'm an escaped slave and an elf, living in a borrowed mansion. None of those things bother you?
No.
Why do you think that would bother me?
You are not most people, clearly. You raise an interesting point. I'll have to consider it.
Consider what, Mr. Fancy Pants? I like how they're just sitting here. They're all like, hey, what's what? Is there anything else I can check out in here? No? Really? Alright. Oh, look at him getting drunk.
Last bottle of the Egregio. I've been saving it for a special occasion.
And what's that?
The anniversary of my escape. Astia Vala Femundis. Care to hear the story?
Okay, Fenris, you've obviously had more than the one bottle. There's like 4 of them. And you sound really drunk.
I enjoy listening to you talk.
There are few pleasures greater than speaking with a beautiful woman. Let's see. You've heard of Saharan? The Imperium and the Qunari have fought over the island for centuries now. I was there with Denarius during a Qunari attack. I managed to get him to a ship, but there was no room for a slave. I was left behind. I barely got out of the city alive.
I thought Denarius considered you valuable.
He wasn't given a choice. The look on his face as the ship pulled out was priceless. There are rebels in the Saharan jungles called Fog Warriors. They found me and took me in, nursed me back to health. I stayed with them for a time, until Daenerys finally came for me.
Were you with these Fog Warriors willingly?
I'd grown fond of the rebels. They bowed to no master and fought for their freedom. It was beyond my experience. When Daenerys came, they refused to let him take me. He ordered me to kill them, so I did. I killed them all.
That's horrible.
Why would you do such a thing?
It felt inevitable. My master had returned and this fantasy life was over. But once it was done, I looked down at their bodies. I felt I couldn't. I ran and never looked back.
Interesting.
Didn't Daenerys stop you?
The rebels had wounded him. The soldiers he brought attempted to capture me, unsuccessfully. It was weeks before Daenerys was able to mount the hunt in earnest, but by then, I was already gone.
I have to wonder why you stayed with Daenerys as long as you did.
You have not been a slave. A slave does not dream of freedom or wonder at possibilities. You think only of your master's desires and what the next hour will bring. It did not occur to me that I could be anything else until I had a taste of it.
But there are stories of slaves rebelling all the time. They did in Kirkwall.
The ritual that gave me my markings also stripped me of my memory. Whatever I was before may as well have never been. Perhaps if I knew, I might have felt differently.
That's true.
Couldn't you have found other Fog Warriors? Become a rebel?
Even if I did, I felt unworthy. I had no way of knowing if I could truly escape from Daenerys then. I didn't even know what that meant. I simply had to get away. I stowed aboard a ship to the mainland and moved south, chased by my former master every step of the way.
How well did you know these Fog Warriors?
I knew them only a few months, but in that time, I felt as if I truly lived. They were bold, strong, free with their affections. I was in awe of them and owed them everything. And I turned on them even so.
This can't be easy to talk about.
Can if you're as drunk as Fenris.
I've never spoken about what happened to anyone. I've never wanted to. Perhaps this is what it means to have a friend.
Friend? Friend?
It might mean more than that.
I have never allowed anyone too close. When my markings were created, the pain was extraordinary, and the memory lingers. But you are unlike any woman I have ever met. With you, it might be different.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
If there was someone before, I have no memory of it.
There was no one after you escaped, even?
I stayed nowhere for long. Who would I trust? I didn't think I needed anyone, or wanted anyone, until now.
We could find out.
On another evening, perhaps. A last toast, then. To the fallen.
Don't lead me on there, Fenris. Freaking lead me on and then we don't do it. What kind of crap is that?
We should move on.
Yeah, way to dodge. Ah, Fenris. You lead me on and then we don't do the deed? What kind of crap is that? Oh well. Let's go and pay a visit. Oh I guess we can go to the Hangman, because I believe Varric and Isabella are there. So we can kind of talk to them both. Sir Roderick. We're here to talk to
We used to have
Isabella.
another bartender.
Isabella, you look well.
Are you talking about the flush on my cheeks? It must be the whiskey. Do you remember the relic I told you about? The one I need to find? I've been following a lead. I'm so close I can taste it.
God, what's with everybody getting drunk in this video?
Isn't that what you said last time?
Oh, you mean when I went digging for that stash?
Yes. That turned out to contain several badly written poems and an old boot.
It could have contained the relic. I just thought I'd let you know that I may soon be taking you up on that offer of help.
You can count on me.
Thanks. I appreciate it. If I learn anything new, you'll be the first to hear about it.
Good to know is.
Oh?
He went into the back room for another keg of ale one day and never returned. So you be careful going back there.
Okay, what do we have here? More speaking to Isabella. Forbidden knowledge. Destroy Tavern's tomes of magic hidden around the Kirkwall. Okay, so there are more of them.
Isabella, my dusky goddess. You have buried yourself in the flesh of my heart like a worm in a red, red apple. You heartworm, you.
Oh, look, my friend is here. Excuse me.
But I haven't gotten to the part where I invite you to feast upon my tender white flesh.
That's all right. I think I'll manage. Speaking of romance, you and Fenris, eh? That taut, controlled body, the brooding demeanor and intense gaze.
Okay.
I hear he still wears the shackles from his life in bondage under his clothes. You know what they say about men like that, don't you?
Isabella, can you not stick your nose in everybody's personal business?
I'm going to regret asking you to continue, aren't I?
He can't find a saw.
Oh my god.
I had you there. You thought I was going to say something dirty.
Okay. Everybody needs to lay off the
You've been
booze.
nursing that empty mug for hours. Get another drink or get out.
Anyway, I'm gonna cut the video off here, and when we come back, we'll continue talking to our party members. So thanks for watching, guys.